Hello, welcome back to the channel. Um, Today we're taking a shot at $25. Um, 9 max on Pokerstars. Actually, I say today. This was recorded yesterday, I think, maybe the day before, but very recently. It was about a 3.5 hour session, and I've just edited it down to about 50 minutes here. So hopefully we've got the best hands here, I think. So we're starting off here with ace 10 off and the big blind. Got the best of it there, so that's great. I mean, a heads up, this session went well, I think, in the end. I think we ended up at +1 buy-in, something like that. We played a little bit later again. That didn't go well, and we were down a buy-in or two or something. But we've had a couple of goes at $25 9 max, and it's gone okay. Not great, but not disastrous. So, but we'll have a look at some of the play here, and see how maybe it compares with the some of the other games. Just a heads up, two things. Next week, I don't think I'm going to be able to play so much as I want to. I do have another YouTube channel that I need to work on a little bit, and a couple of other things to do. So I'll see what I can do. And what I was thinking was I probably will be playing, but maybe just playing one table whilst I'm doing other stuff on another screen. I think here with this video, I started off playing one table, I think, and then I want to buy in a two, and then we ended up playing 4 tables, I think. So I think with the work I have to do next week, I don't think I'll be able to have too much opportunities to play 4 tables where, I kind of need to focus on one screen. What I might do is do some work on one screen and have one table on another screen, something like that. And it may only be $5. I don't really want to I won't really have too much time to think about it. But okay, the other thing I wanted to say was, and I'm going to do another video about it very soon. That player was going for it with his queen. He didn't really care that the king was there, did it? So I made a note of that. Big bucks 514, I think it is. Just station. I've got queen. I'm going to bet and call everything, regardless of what, if there's a king there or an ace there. And I've got queen, that kind of thing. So important to note these things. I've only got the VPIPs on the players. That's from my Holdem Manager HUD. If you want to buy Holdem Manager, there's a link in the description. I'm going to do a video or two on Holdem Manager, just to go into the background a bit, just to maybe just demonstrate how I use it sometimes when I'm analysing my game, and maybe analysing other players' games and statistics and so on. I haven't done that myself for a while, but I do need to do it. I'm a little bit behind with that, so I'll plan to do that shortly. I'll do a video about that. The other thing I wanted to say was I received some backing, and I'm going to do another video about that. I've got so many videos to do. It's difficult. Trust me, it's not easy to keep up to date with everything. Although not a lot's happening, but a lot is happening. And in the normal scheme of things, it would be you know, okay, you know, not a big deal. But then I want to put everything into a video to keep up to date with what's going on with the Bankroll challenge and what impacts the Bankroll challenge. The story is this. I have a friend I've known pretty much all my life. Many years. We grew up together, and he was vaguely interested in learning how to play poker and so on, and making one or two changes, I think, in his life in terms of what is his work and where he lives and what he does and things like that. So that was something that we were talking about. And then we ended up talking, we were talking about an investment in the Bankroll challenge and in the poker channel, basically. So he's agreed to put a sum of money in. He's already paid some, and I've added that to. I spent a couple of days thinking about. I mean, it's not a massive amount of money, and it's not really going to make too much of a big difference, to be honest. We're not talking thousands and thousands and thousands, but it does make a little bit of a difference because we started off the Bankroll challenge with plus $100. Well, now, that's going to be like plus a few $1,000, theoretically. So it does make a little bit of a difference. I spent a day or two thinking about how to manage it because I thought I kind of need to put this money in the graph. Because if I don't put it in the graph, I can't use it. I can't say, oh, let's play this $100 tournament. I mean, the graph is not really showing that much money. So I have put it in the graph. I mean, the guy has only paid, my friend's only paid something like $250. You can pay in installments every month or something like that. It's a very flexible thing. It's not a sort of big deal. So we put $240 in now. So I think when he did that, our graph was about, for Pokerstars, was plus $500. And so we put that in, so it was plus $740. And we kind of said that that was the figure at the beginning of February. Now, I did an update, I think, on the 1st of February, 2 or 3 days ago. And it wasn't there. And I kind of did that update, and I thought about it, and I thought, I need to put that money somewhere. I can't just sort of keep it on the side and end up not doing anything with it. So I thought the best thing to do is just to put it into the graph, do another little update or an update video and say, there's more money here. And I think, this is my poker journey, what I wanted to, and, I think backing and staking is increasingly a big thing, a big thing in poker, isn't it? I mean, for example, last month I played some tournaments on GG Poker, and I offer a lot of those tournaments for staking. It just reminds me, I have got a free ticket on GG Poker that I might need to play tonight. Forget about that. I did that once before. I got a free ticket from 888 Poker, $16.50. And I forgot all about it. I had this ticket. And it just popped into my head one day, just boom. Oh. Free ticket. What am I thinking about that for? I've had that ages ago. $16.50 ticket. And I'm just years ago. And I wanted to do spinny wheel things. And so I logged in, and the last day for that ticket was the day that I logged in. It was like it literally kind of had about 10 hours left, before it expired. And I thought, oh, well, I better play that today. Obviously, I have no option. I was a bit tired, actually, and I kind of started off playing as 9 o'clock or something like 9 p.m. And anyway, about kind of 11 a.m. the next day, I was still playing. I came second in the tournament and won about $2,700 or something. I was exhausted. I ended up just giving up in the end because obviously the guy I was playing against, he came number one. He was very good. I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. I just sort of threw my chips in. I said, I think I messaged him and said, I'm just going to go all in next time. I'm too tired, you know. And I did, and I called, and I think I had 8 days or something anyway, but I had nothing. I was okay. I wasn't upset about it. I think the first prize, and if I was awake, mind you, if I was awake and prepared, I probably would have got nothing. It's the way that it was. So anyway, I have a ticket on GG Poker. It's a $325 ticket that I think I need to play. It's about 1 a.m. this morning in midnight or something, but it's a $10 million game, so I need to play that. So where was I? Yeah, so yeah, my friends put the money in. Last month on GG Poker, I played about $200 in tournaments. I won a little bit of money on 1 or 2 of them. Most of them I just didn't do well at all. And but the staking that I got from GG amounted to about $100. So 50% of my income, well, not quite 50%, but a significant proportion of my income from tournaments last month on GG Poker was from staking. Now, I think with I did quite a few $2 tournaments or something like that, and I was just putting silly markup prices on them, 1.3. It's a 30%, and people were buying them. I've tried my best. It doesn't mean to say that but you think, and I was selling 90%. Well, maybe it's not all the time 90%, but sometimes 90%, sometimes 50%, or whatever. I think a lot of time 50% for 30% markup. So but if you let's say for example you sell 90% at 30% markup, that's 27. Let's say a $10 tournament, you're getting $2.70 before you start, and you've only got to pay $1 yourself. So you're you're 17% profit before you start, aren't you? I think. So, and then you get 10% of the winnings. So I don't do that too much. I don't. I think you can only really get a 30% markup for that. The $1-2 games and some of the speed racer bounties. I don't really have time to play those. Take up too much screen space, and it's not really worth it in the end. Don't think. But I'm sure lots of people do it and they make a little bit of money, maybe. But it's not my game really to do. So yeah, we have that money, and so it makes a difference. And I think in the first few days I went on the Bankroll challenge, I went up to nearly 1,000. So we started off the month with 500 plus $500. We had that $240 coming in back in, and then I went up plus $200 or something like that. So we were touching $1,000. We've gone down a little bit last day or so. And then next week I'm not really going to have time to play too much. So, I'll probably, I'll tell you what though, sometimes just playing one table. This is the other thing I want to have a look at in my HUD. I mean, 4 tables is fine. But sometimes when you're just playing one table, you seem to do better. And that's something to analyze as well. I was thinking about this, thinking about how to have a close look at that, and I'll do a video on that. You can, I can go into my HUD stats and it'll tell me how well I'll do on playing one table, how well I do playing 2 tables at a time, 3 tables. Most of the time I'm playing 4 tables. Okay, so in cash games that's where you can play Pokerstars. But I'm pretty certain just playing one table, I'll do better on average big blinds 100 than playing four tables. I'm more focused on it and you're thinking about each thing a little bit more carefully. Whereas maybe with four tables, you're a little bit more blip, blip, blip. You're not paying so much attention to. I mean, that's why Pokerstars changed it so that, I mean, you used to be able to play lots of tables, didn't you? 12 tables, I think. Now you can only play four. I think on GG Poker you can play six, I think. I'm not sure. But you can, I think you can play more than four on GG Poker. But, you know, so Pokerstars just wanted it so that it changed the characters of the game. But I think that, yeah, personally I'd like it to be five. Five I think is the sweet spot for me. Six I start to get really crap, I think. Four is okay. But I was thinking about it, thinking this is with the $25 games. Just thinking about it this way, if I play four $10 games, you know, that's $40 out there. And I'm blip, 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 blip. Okay, and how is that going to compare to playing one $25 game? You know, so thinking about it this way, in four $10 games, if I'm not playing so well, you know, and I start losing buy-ins, let's say, you know, a couple of tables I'm not going well, I'm down 4 or 5 buy. You can be down 4 or 5 buy-ins really quickly. You know, that's $40-50 on $10 tables. Playing one $25 tables, you know, so that's going to be minus 2 buy-ins on one table. Now, you know, so I was thinking about that. I was thinking maybe it's better, it might be better just to do one table at a time and treat it as though you're in a live casino. In a live casino, you can only play one table at a time. A minimum $200, isn't it? So, you know, there in a live casino, you can be playing 35 hands an hour. It's even slower. So, you know, you're playing a casino for 4 or 5 hours. How likely is it that you're going to be losing 5 buy-ins in that time? Possible, but you know, it's less likely, isn't it, than playing 4 tables at a time, playing 80, 90, 100 hands an hour on each table, isn't it? You know, just in terms of the mathematics of how many hands you're playing and so on. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking, okay, I do have a few other things to do. I have some work to do on my other YouTube channel, with Peter Piper Phonics, an English language channel. And I'm a little bit behind with uploading there, working with one of my sons to put that right. I do have a couple of other things to do. Maybe for a week or two I'll just play one table. We'll see. Okay, let's try and have a look at the. Sorry, I haven't been talking about the hands. A lot of the times I don't talk too much about the hands. If you do have questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer those. I think a lot of the hands are fairly straightforward. But we'll have a look. That's always a tricky one. There's an ace queen. I mean, this is a very re-raisable hand here, and I should be doing it, but I don't think I do. I think sometimes with ace queen off, it's a kind of strong but not so strong hand, especially if you've got an under the gun opener. Then sometimes I just like to disguise it a little bit. Probably completely the wrong thing to do. But we end up with a gut shot here. And we get the 2 pairs. So tricky one. We go big. Oh, did we go big? No, we don't. I thought we went big. I think I remember that hand. I think after that hand, I should have re-raised pre-flop. Probably had 7-7 or something. You know, I think that's the other sort of thing about my negative bias is that I have to think, especially in 9-max, so someone under the gun, they must have like king, ace, and yeah, that's all there. But also, you know, so is 7-7, 8-8, 9-9. You know, there are some more junky hands there. So again, against the same player, ace queen off. I was thinking about this morning. Actually, it's funny that we got these ace queen off video hands on the video, because last month my hand of death was ace queen off, and exactly this type of hand. Okay, ace queen off with queen top pair. Okay, and I think last month I was dead every time. I lost so many stacks in this very situation. This very kind of, I don't know what happens here. Can't remember. So let's just see. So I re-raise. I'm playing a much more aggressive line now, and then obviously if I get shoved on, I fold. That's my new tactic with ace queen with this hand, this scenario, because you know if you get shoved on here, you know you're not getting shoved on by jack, are you? So he calls. That makes it tricky. So you could have the flush draw, could have king, could have ace. I check. That was probably a mistake. Actually, I think it was. There you go. There you go. Have the flush draw. It probably would have called anyway with the flush draw A, so I don't think it was folding that. But last month, ace queen off was my hand of death. This month, it is jack. There have been a few times where I've had jack over pair, jack over pair on the turn, I think, and I'm dead every time. It's one of those situations, isn't it? You would think, I've got a great hand, but I've got nothing at the same time, and someone's calling, someone's raising. You know, I really don't want to fold. I really can't get away from it. I think I need to work on my jack over pairs, because I think again that's something that I want to look at. Go back through my hood and look at those hands and see how profitable they are, and see where I'm losing money, and on the way that I'm playing them. Because it's really also for me. I think when I'm a little bit behind, is just seeing the way that population behaves. You know, finding out the behaviors, the general behaviors of people, in certain spots. But anyway, it's another tricky hand, isn't it? We got something and nothing. It's kind of, it's similar to the jack hand. We got medium over pair. This guy's under the gun, isn't he? So, and then it gets better, and also, but it gets worse at the same time. I'm just like, oh no. What do you do that for me for? I cannot fold. So we get this check, and that was a curious check. And we have that pair on the river, and you know, call that off, and we get done by the king. So I think we did the best we could in that situation. Ace ace. I put in a 4-bet here against a 38 V pip, and I think that was a bit overkill. I think what I need to do a little bit is just call some of those, particularly 38, 40% V pip. Going to be re-raising with a lot. I think sometimes I mean, what do I end up there? 11 chips. I've got ace ace and I've been 11 chips. 12 chips or something. So I think I've got to mix some more calls within my ace aces there, because I could probably get more from it from playing the board. The risk, well, heads up, is still going to be there most of the time anyway. Another tricky one, 31% V pip. I think I should have bet with that king with a check there. That was a bet. I just end up checking it down. I know I've got the best hand now, but again, because I think what I was feeling in game when I was playing this $25 game, I was assuming that population behavior was different to the $5, $10. And I think in the $5, $10 games with a river check there, I'm going to be more likely to be betting. Okay, and in which I think is the correct thing to do. Because it's, they're kind of telling you most of the time, I haven't got anything. A king's going to be betting, isn't it? Because there was 2 spades there. But I think stepping up a little bit here, I was thinking, do they play any differently? And I'm thinking, I think I'm over. I think I'm adjusting too much. Was that the right word? I'm over adjusting. I think I just need to sometimes, if I do take a shot up like this, just keep doing what I do. Because it kind of works really well at $5. It works okay at $10. It's been okay so far at $25. But I am guilty a little bit of like, maybe they do things differently here, and over adjusting and making different moves to what I would usually do sometimes. Okay, the dreaded ace queen off. We've got a re-raise. It's short stack. There's always a danger of being shoved on here by short stacks, isn't there? The ace kings. I just call with the ace king here. I think the free bet early against the early position represents a fairly strong hand. Ace king is a strong hand, obviously. Put all that money in the pot, we go for it. So we have a pair of fours with the ace high. I think here I bluffed it, I think, if I remember. I think because I've got the ace, And because the boards are low boards, I don't think they've got anything low. I think it suits my range. Hopefully I do bluff at it, because I know there's a pair. There's 2 pairs there, possibly. But, you know, we could be dealing with ace king, ace queen, ace jack sort of things. And we get a check, so 2 checks. So I think this is ours, and I go for it with a bigger one, and then close my eyes and hope. Yeah, there it goes. So take that down with ace high. Well played, us. I mean, it's a very sort of playable hand like that. Heads up, that's very, very doable. 2 against, you know, two players. You know, it's sticky, isn't it? Because 2 pairs often going to call you. Well, you know, 2 pairs was there, flush was there, boats were there. But, you know, check. Yeah, they could be messing around, but you have to ask the question, I think. If we check there, we're probably chance of getting the worst hand. I think we fold with the 5s. Hopefully we do. It's good for me going back through the hands like this. I've said this before, that I get to have another look over my play, and it's interesting because it does give you, it is a valuable exercise. You know, sometimes you just play and you finish, and you know, if you don't do anything between the next time you play, then you know you lose. You know, you don't learn that much from your session, do you? Sometimes. I think that might be the other thing about just playing one table in the next sort of week or two. I've got maybe have to do that a few times whilst I'm doing other things on my computer. And then if I get to record a video and then go back over it like this, then I can learn a bit more from it. Okay, so we got top pair with 2 pairs there, so pretty straightforward play. So we have 300 big blinds here, and on this table anyway. I don't know how many tables we're playing at this stage. Open raise and a call, 54 VPIP. So we try to take at least one of those out with the king queen suited. Try to stop anything else coming along. Yeah, here's a jack example. I mean, I didn't get to the start of this hand, but you know, so we're here. I think this guy, Kickass 48, he was one of these guys where, you know, sometimes I get a player where I just can't win a hand against. It feels like that. So I had a guy the other day, I must have played about 20 hands against him, and he just had it all the time. But this guy, I think, when I open raised this, and he called straight away, and I knew he was kind of calling with kind of nothing. He was just like one of those, you're opening, I'm calling. It feels like he was targeting me. I think he probably was. So, and I'm thinking, look, you know, I've got this situation here. I've got something, and you know, what do I do? Fold, and I just thought I'd just go for it because he got 50 left, and he's turned a set, hasn't he? He gets the rivers of boat, you know. So, and I knew that was. Yeah, I just knew from the start that was going to happen. It was like with 2 or 3 players, that seems to happen all the time. Is not all the time, but I know I'm starting off and I'm ahead, and they're calling and they're miles behind, and I know I'm gonna lose a hand. It's just whatever happens. It's almost they know and I know it's over. I can have ace-ace, it's over. You know, they could have 2-3 off. I'm done. You know, they get a straight. So those. So Jack. I've had 2-3. I've lost 2, 3, or 4 stacks with Jack this last couple of weeks. That's my hand of death at the moment. So I mean, I did that last month. I think with ace queen off, I just sort of stopped, went into my HUD, had a look at my ace queens off, and I thought I need to come up with a different strategy. Flat some of them a bit more, which I'm doing, and you know, put a bigger bet in on the flop or on the turn, and you know, fold into aggression a bit more than what I was doing. Jack, I need to have a look at, you know. I know it's tricky hands, isn't it, where I need to be able to fold it a bit more, particularly when it's an overpair. I think I have folded it once or twice. The other day I folded king-king. I had king-king under the gun. Guy next to me re-raised. I think I re-raised back. He shoved. And I just thought, yeah. The reason why I folded king-king is because the guy was about a VPIP of 9 or something out of 1,000 hands. I just thought, you're not doing that with queen. And you're not doing that with ace king. You could have king, but I'm not wasting my time. Very rare I'll fold king like that. Very rarely. But again, sometimes I seem to get that. I get this king. I seem to go through. I mean, I've looked at my HUD stats on my kings and they're perfectly okay, you know. But I do go through periods of like, whenever I've got a king, there's an ace on the flop. You know, it kills it straight away, doesn't it? Kills any value you've got with, you know, king. You've got 3 people call you with king. You think, great. Let's just hope there isn't an ace on the flop. You know, and they've got their shitty ace 3 off or something. And boom. There's an ace 3 and someone immediately pots it. You sat there with king. There's an ace on the board and then you're sat there with king. And you're thinking, wonderful. Someone pots it, another one calls. And you're there in like second nuts, third nuts, you know, from nuts. That's a killer. There's another tricky one in ace jack with top pair. Can we do okay in this hand? Do we raise it up? Because we've got this straight on the board, the flush on the board. He thinks about it. Folds. Great. And yeah, so here's another one. This I think this is a. I remember this one. I think this is a. It's a killer hand. I think. Yeah, I know what happens here now. I end up crying. There's one thing that happened, so I just call. We've got the queen. Okay, but there's a king on the board, so I know that I'm in trouble. I call another one. Hey! We got tripped. So we're beaten by King. And so... And I just think now it's pot left with the SPR. I just think it's either got King or it hasn't. You got King. So again... Yeah. Trips. I mean, obviously the... Yeah. You know, killer ace queen, jack. In fact, every hand, every whole card pair is a disaster for me. Everything. My whole life is a disaster. True, actually. Where do I start with that one? Okay, this is looking good, isn't it? 3 of a kind. Set. I think I overplayed this hand as well. So we get boat. And I think we bet smallish here. About half pot. Hoping that he's got ace something. But not ace, obviously. So we get re-raised, so I was thinking, okay. He might be chasing the flush. He might have ace 10. He could have. So I'll re-raise and fold. So I think possibly a mistake there. Could have gone with it. Called. And shoved the river, I think. Lost a bit of value there, I think. But the other side of me thought, well, if you're prepared to re-raise that, maybe you just shove on me if I re-raised him again, which he wasn't. We got a set here. 6s. Obviously the flush on the board. We haven't got the best set. We got bottom set. Had a couple of those as well recently. Set over set where we've been on the set, obviously. A re-raise, quite big. Hoping he's got ace king. Thinking about it. Cool. So I think I'll just shove here because again, pot stack to pot ratio is just about a pot. We got 2 flushes on the board. So obviously we were beaten by the aces and the 9s. Hand of death. Yeah, but generally this session went okay. We were okay in it, you know, $25. 9 max. Wasn't I think the play is a bit better than obviously $5. $5 you can play with your eyes closed. I don't think, you know, when our bankroll goes up a little bit, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to play $25. The only thing I would say is this. Look, I've played, I think, this month so far about $4,005 9 max. I did say at the start of the month I'm only going to play $5. I have mostly played $5, I think. But I have played some $10 and now some $25. But because we've got that investment in, so you know, I kind of like, you know, up to $1,000 plus $1,000 with the bankroll. You know, playing $5 games. You know, you've got 200 buy-ins or something. it's not really plus EV to do that, is it? So that's why I stepped up a little bit. But it's not just about the bankroll, it's about having the sort of the time, the preparedness, and so on. So the $10 game's gone okay. Went down a little bit, back up a little bit. $25 game's gone okay. The only thing my initial, I mean, I played 4,000 $5 games, 9 max, and I was plus $40. Okay, so 8 buy-ins. 4,000 is a day's worth of play, I think. $40 a day. If I played 4,000 $25 hands, would I be plus 10 buy-ins? I doubt it. You know, so I think the play is going to be a little bit tougher there. But I'll probably be up 2 buy-ins. Okay, for example. Okay, well, look, what was it? 4,000. Well, look, with 4,000 hands at $5 plus $40. That was my graph. I looked at it yesterday, I think. Okay, so that's $40. That's 8 buy-ins in 4,000 hands. We've had a good run. Okay. I think the end of last month was a bit flat, but this month been okay. So I think it's going to be less likely. I get plus 8 buy-ins at $25 with 4,000 hands. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but you know. But even so, what I'm saying is, if I played 4,000 hands and plus 2 buy-ins at $25 is, it's plus $50. So you're better off than playing, winning 8 buy-ins at $5. Obviously, the other thing is the amount of monthly poker challenge points I got from playing the $25 games. When just my bar just filled up really quickly compared to the $5, obviously. And I got to $6 chest. I came number sort of 60 in the leaderboard, and I'm just opening my HUD there because I think it was near the end of the session. Should have deleted this bit. I don't know why this is still in the video. Bad video editing. I'm sorry about that. But I think yesterday, day before, I had 3 chests. I played some $5, some $10, and $25 games, obviously, which you're looking at now. I won $6 on the chest on $25 games, $1.50 I think in $10 games, and 75 cents I think in $5 games, something like that. So a daily leaderboard chest was, $8 or $9, $7, $8, $9. There's very often it's like $1, $2, something like that. Nothing. So that was good as well. So I got this kind of, in this session I think I was plus 1 buy-in, plus $20, $25. But I got plus $6 in a chest. So, so it's plus $25, $30. Plus my, I think I played this for about 4 hours. I think my monthly poker challenge bar went up plus about 100 points. Quite a lot. So, that's like, let's say 10% of a monthly poker challenge is $6. So it's like $12 in bonuses. So it's about, it's plus $1, $1, plus $1, no, plus 1 buy-in. That was it. I was getting a new word, a merge between buy-in and dollar, bolla. The new poker word. How many bollers do you have? Okay, so that's my new poker cryptocurrency, the bolla. Okay, so you get the idea. So it was plus 1 buy-in, $25, $30, something like that. Plus about half of buying in bonuses. So, you know, that again is something to think about. So I'm going to have a look at that. You know, I think this week, where I'm probably not going to be able to play so much, I'm going to have a look at, and I'll probably do a video about how do I get on with the different amounts of tables that I'm playing, and, you know, is it better for me to play $4 $5 tables or 125 max table? What's going to be the thing? It does depend on my bankroll. I mean, this session was good. Went up a little bit. I think after this, yesterday afternoon it went up and then it went down. I think I had a really good session yesterday afternoon. I was probably up $60, I think, and then I was like, just went down. Just sort of lost everything very quickly, and I really fell off a cliff a bit. Then I'm coming back up a little bit now. So that's something to work out. I think I'm gonna keep, because I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna maybe just keep it sort of one table, $5, $10 next week mostly. And then when I've done the stuff that I need to do, see where I stand, and then I might do that, just sort of one table, $5, $10, whilst I'm doing what I'm doing. But build up, if I have a good day or two, then $1, one table, $25. You know, go down a little bit, go down again. I'm probably just gonna have to do that for a few days until I get done what I get done, what I need to get done, and then I can be back to full tabling again. I'm saying this now. I mean, tomorrow could be completely different, but I have got a lot of things to do. Okay, I think we're near the end of this video. But I hope you've enjoyed watching. I've not really talked about too many hands. Most of them have been fairly straightforward. If you do have any questions, then let me know. My friend's giving me backing. I'll make a video about that. I do sometimes play tournaments on GG. If you do want to stake me there, my name on GG is Peter Plays Poker, same as the channel. I have got some games advertised on usestake.com. I think I'm advertising the 7th anniversary Pokerstars Sunday Million, no, 17th anniversary Pokerstars Sunday Million, which is, I don't know, 7.5 million in prizes, $200 entries. So I've got that advertised on usestake.com. If anyone wants to email me with any inquiries, I don't really take, I don't really do too much staking or backing, because I'm mainly just do my own thing. But people do want to ask me about that, then I'm open-minded, but I'm not sure really what I can do, because but my email address is on the YouTube about section. Pop me an email and I'll have a look at it. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. See you again soon.